Hey guys, this is Finch and welcome back to, my mini video and my story time about my journey here in London. So this is part 2. I'm going to talk to you about, the interview process that the school did and that the agency did in order for me to get a job here in the United Kingdom. But before that, I forgot to mention last time that another requirement in order for you to be eligible to teach here is IELTS. So for skilled worker visa, they require score or a band 6.5 or higher. But in my case, there's no need for me to take it anymore because I was given a mode of instruction certificate by my school in the Philippines. And then I forwarded that to the equivalency agency. And then they give me an equivalent IELTS of 6.5, which means to say that there's no longer a need for me to take the test anymore. So now that all of my credentials are valid and that I am eligible to teach in the United Kingdom, my agency, which is Quantum Scholars, invited me for an interview and then an orientation. So for the interview, actually, it's very conversational. They just ask, a brief description about myself, and they ask about my experience in the United States and, the school setting in the United States, and just, a little about myself. And then after that, they conduct like a mini orientation just for me to know everything and for me to know the process as well that I will go through. Right after, I was given an instruction to create a video telling, giving the overview of myself and why is it I wanted to work in the United Kingdom. And then that video will actually be uploaded to their portal that they will give to schools. But prior to the video, I was already given an interview invite actually by one of the schools in London. So the interview was done through Zoom. And then the interviewers actually, in my case during that time, was the assistant head of science, the business manager of the school, and then the assistant head teacher. And then the first question that they asked me is to give a brief description of myself and my teaching experience. And then afterwards, they asked me questions related to, classroom management and dealing with behaviors. So when I answer questions, it's normally very straightforward. And then I add a personal touch by sharing my personal experience. And then after that, they asked me why is it that I wanted to go to the United Kingdom. And my answer was, of course, we all know that, British curriculum is known worldwide. And at the same time, in my case, as a science teacher, it is always a dream to set foot in a country where a lot of scientific discoveries were made. So, I would be able to go to places where a lot of famous scientists came and a lot of famous scientists were able to develop a lot that we're using right now. So, and I actually was able to do that since I was able to go to Oxford, and that is actually an amazing experience. And then after that, they asked me to walk me through a lesson plan. The good thing about it is prior to my interview, they already sent me a message to prepare a lesson plan. So what I did is I already researched how they make a lesson plan in London. So I created one, of course, for my concentration, which is physics, and that's about speed, distance, and time. And then I just walk them through, stating that there is an objective, presenting an objective. Of course, there's a do now, and then there's an activation, demonstration, and consolidation, or in the US we call that as an exit ticket. And then after that, we just talked about few things on professional development, and of course how to involve like parents in the school setting. And then right after, it's more of a conversation already about, like, are you excited to move to the United Kingdom? Or if you have friends in the United Kingdom, if in case we will hire you, who will help you out to settle, stuff like that. And then they ask me if I have questions. So I remember the question that I only asked them is about, the demographics of the school. I actually recorded my answers during the interview. It's in my phone, but I don't want to share it. But, just in case if I will not be hired, for example, I have something to look into and to review and to check, what are the things that I can do to improve. So, Yeah, so luckily, after that interview, I received another interview invite, this time with the head teacher of the school or the principal of the school. But during that virtual interview, it's more of like a conversation. So he just wanted to know me more. He just wanted to know about, my experience and what I can do to help the school. And then right after that, he informed me that they will hire me for a post and that they will give me a job offer. So like 1 to 2 days after that, I receive a job offer, and then a week after, I receive the certificate of sponsorship. So that is the most important document, because without the certificate of sponsorship, you cannot be able to apply for a working visa. So in my case, the certificate of sponsorship given to me is actually on the shortage list for skilled worker, because it's physics. The concentration is on physics. So yeah, if I can give a tip during the interviews, just make sure that you are doing the conversation as if you're talking to someone that you know already. Make sure that when you answer questions, brief and concise, avoid using flowering words, and as much as possible, share your personal experiences that would relate to the questions. So on part 3, we're going to talk about my visa process and my overseas of employment certificate process in the Philippines. So that's it for today, and thank you so much, everyone. You can post a comment and questions. If you can follow the page, I would really appreciate it. Have a great day.